Welcome back. In this lecture, we will discuss unit step function or Heaviside function. It's a transform, second shifting theorem, and it's a use in solving initial value problems. We can see the actual power of Laplace transform technique in solving initial value problem, and it's a superiority over classical approach through two main functions called unit step function and Dirac delta function. Here are some main points about unit step function. Unit step function or Heaviside function is a discontinuous function named after Oliver Heaviside, whose values are 0 and 1. It is denoted by ut minus a and is defined as ut minus a equal to 0 if t less than a, 1 if t greater than a, for all a greater or equal to 0. Ut minus a is acting like a switch which is in off mode for t less than a and in on mode for t greater than a. The Laplace transform of unit step function L of ut minus a equal to e raised to minus as by s, where s greater than 0. The difference of two unit step functions ut minus a minus ut minus b has output 1 in the interval ab and 0 elsewhere if b greater than a. Shifted function or translated function. F t minus a into ut minus a equal to 0 if t less than a and f of t minus a if t greater than a. Second shifting theorem or t shifting. If L of t is equal to fs, then L of f t minus a into ut minus a is equal to e raised to minus as into fs. Or the inverse transform of e raised to minus as fs equal to f t minus a into ut minus a. An important result. Laplace transform of f t into ut minus a equal to e raised to minus as into L of f of t plus a. So the definition of unit step function ut minus is equal to 0 if t less than a, 1 if t greater than a. So at the starting we set a is equal to 0 and see the graph of the unit step function. Suppose we are changing this. The unit step function changes to ut minus 4 different a values and the function is translating to right side. When a is equal to 0, we have u of t minus 0 or u of t, and simply it is the constant function 1 for t greater than 0. Consider another unit step function ut minus b defined by 0 for if t less than b and 1 if t greater than b. Suppose we are changing this. So the unit step function has the value 0 for t less than 3 and 1 for t greater than 3. Next we take the difference of two unit step functions ut minus a and ut minus b where this value of b is greater than a. See, this is the definition ut minus a minus ut minus b that is equal to 0 if t less than a, 1 if a less than t less than b, 0 if t greater than b. That means here value of a is less than that of b. So when t less than a, the first function has the value 0 and the second function also has the value 0. So the difference has the value 0. When a less than t less than b, the first function has the value 1 and the second function has the value 0. So 1 minus 0, that is 1. And for t greater than b, ut minus a, the first function has the value 1 and the second function also has the value 1. So the difference is 1 minus 1, that is 0. Now we can see the graph of this difference unit step function. Consider the difference of two unit step functions ut minus a minus ut minus b whenever a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3, that is ut minus 1 minus ut minus 3. See, this function is defined only in the range 1 to 3 and it has the output value 1, elsewhere value 0. If I am changing this a to 2, then the difference function has the value 1 in the interval 2 to 3 and elsewhere 0. Suppose we are changing this for any value of a and b with the b greater than 3, we can see how the graph changes. See the visualization of second shifting theorem for the function f t is equal to 2 sin t. So this is the function f t is equal to 2 sin t. and this is u t minus 1. Whenever a is equal to 1, this is u t minus 1. And this u t minus 1 has the output 0 for t less than 1 and equal to 1 for t greater than 1. Now see the multiplication effect ft into ut minus 1. If we multiply ft with ut minus 1, the function changes like this. That means the product ft into ut minus 1 clips the portion below or to the left of t is equal to 1. That means that is equal to 0 and the function has output after that t is equal to 1. And if we changes this, so this is the graph of ft into ut minus a. Now for explaining second shifting theorem, again we are considering the function ft is equal to 2 sin t and its translation ft minus a is equal to 2 sin t minus a. The translated function is given by, so this is the translated function. So this is ft and that ft translated a unit to the right. So this will be the graph of ft together with the ft minus a. Next we are applying the second shifting theorem. Then what is ft minus a into ut minus a? The ft minus a into ut minus a will be 0 if t less than a and ft minus a if t greater than a. That means this product ft minus a into ut minus a switch off the portion of the graph below t is equal to a, and after that it has the value ft minus a. See this blue curve. That means that blue curve or ft minus a into ut minus a has the value 0 to the left of t is equal to a and has the value of t minus a after t is equal to a. So if we changes this parameter, we can see how ft minus a into ut minus a works. For all t less than a, the output is 0 and the function starting after t is equal to a. That is exercise set 3. Find the Laplace transform of the following functions. Exercise set 4. Find the inverse Laplace transform of the following 3 functions. Solve the initial value problem with a discontinuous input. Consider the first problem. Find the Laplace transform of t minus 1 square into ut minus 1. For solving this problem, we will consider the second shifting theorem, that is Laplace transform of ft minus 1 ft minus a into ut minus a is equal to e raised to minus as into capital Fs, where this capital Fs is the transform of the function ft. And here what is ft? Here ft is equal to t square and this function is shifted 1 unit to the right, and ut minus a where a is equal to 1. So this is equal to Laplace transform of t minus 1 square into ut minus 1 according to second shifting theorem. This is equal to e raised to minus as, that is e raised to minus s into transform of the function t square. Is equal to e raised to minus s into transform of t square is by standard result. This is 2 factorial divided by s cube. So this is 2 e raised to minus s divided by s cube. For the second problem, find the Laplace transform of t square into ut minus 2. We will apply the standard result. Laplace transform of ft into ut minus a is equal to e raised to minus as into Laplace transform of ft plus a. Here the function is t square. So that is ft is equal to t square and a is equal to 2. Using this result, Laplace transform of t square into ut minus 2 is equal to e raised to minus as, that is e raised to minus 2s into Laplace transform of f of t plus 2 is equal to e raised to minus 2s into Laplace transform of f of t plus 2. Here ft is equal to t square, so this f of t plus 2 is t plus 2 the whole square equals e raised to minus 2s into Laplace transform of Expanding this t equals to the whole square, we have t square plus 4t plus 4. This is equal to e raised to minus 2s into, applying linearity, Laplace transform of t square plus 4 into Laplace transform of t plus 4 into Laplace transform of 1 equal to e raised to minus 2s into, and what is L of t square? L of t square is equal to 2 factorial divided by s cube plus 4 into L of t is equal to 1 by s square plus 4 into L of 1 is 1 by s. And we can simplify this expression by taking LCM as s cube. So this is equal to e raised to minus 2s divided by s cube into 2 plus 4s plus 4s square. Again, find the Laplace transform of e raised to minus t cos 2t into u t minus pi. We can apply the same result. Laplace transform of ft into u t minus a is equal to e raised to minus as into Laplace transform of ft plus a. And here what is ft? Here our ft is equal to the product function e raised to minus t into cos 2t. And here the rho of a is equal to pi. So by that standard result we have this Laplace transform is equal to e raised to minus as, that is e raised to minus pi s into Laplace transform of f of t plus pi is equal to e raised to minus pi s into Laplace transform of changing every t by t plus pi, that is e raised to minus of t plus pi cos 2t plus 2 pi is equal to e raised to minus pi s into Laplace transform of e raised to minus t into e raised to minus pi, and what is cos 2 pi plus theta? Cos 2 pi plus theta is cos theta, so this is cos t equal to, we can remove this e raised to minus pi outside, that is e raised to minus pi s into e raised to minus pi into Laplace transform of e raised to minus t cos t. For evaluating this Laplace transform, we can apply first shifting theorem. So according to first shifting theorem, this answer will be e raised to this is, we can take minus pi outside, minus pi into s plus 1 into, according to first shifting theorem, this answer will be for cos 2t, the Laplace transform is s by s square plus a square, and every s is shifted to s plus 1. So this is s plus 1 divided by s plus 1 square plus 4. So this is the required Laplace transform. So my piecewise function f t is equal to sin t for 0 less than or equal to t less than pi by 4 and sin t plus cos t minus pi by 4 t greater than pi by 4. We can rewrite this expression as, say the sin t is the common factor for every value of t from 0 to infinity. So we can split this as sin t plus the piecewise function 0 for 0 less than or equal to t less than pi by 4 and cos t minus pi by 4 for t greater than pi by 4. Again we can simplify that expression, and what is this piecewise function? It is 0 for 0 to pi by 4 and it has the value cos t minus pi by 4 after pi by 4. So we can combine with the unit step function. This is equivalent to the shifted function cos t minus pi by 4 into u t minus pi by 4. Therefore, the Laplace transform L of f t is equal to, L of is equal to Laplace transform of sin t plus Laplace transform of the shifted function cos t minus pi by 4 into u t minus pi by 4. So this is equal to Laplace transform of sin t, that is 1 by s square plus 1. So using second shifting theorem, Laplace transform of cos t minus pi by 4 into u t minus pi by 4 becomes e raised to minus as, e raised equal to pi by 4, that is e raised to minus pi s by 4 into Laplace transform of the function cos t. Here transform of the function cos t is s by s square plus 1. So this is equal to 1 plus s into e raised to minus pi s by 4 divided by s square plus 1. Let's consider problem set 4. Find the inverse Laplace transform of e raised to minus 3s by s raised to 4. Here we will apply the second shifting theorem, that is L inverse of e raised to minus as fs is equal to ft minus a into ut minus a. where this capital Fs is the Laplace transform of the function ft. So this is equal to L inverse of e raised to minus 3s into, so we can modify this expression 1 by s raised to 4 as 3 factorial divided by s raised to 4 into 1 by 3 factorial. Taking that 1 by 3 factorial outside, that is 1 by 6 into L inverse of e raised to minus 3s into 3 factorial divided by s raised to 4. So what is the inverse Laplace transform of 3 factorial by s raised to 4? It is the transform of the power function dq. So this is equal to, so we can take this ft as dq. So the answer is 1 by 6 into inverse Laplace transform of e raised to minus 3s into fs. So this is the function t shifted 3 unit to the right, that is t minus 3 the whole cube into u of t minus 3. Find the inverse Laplace transform of 6 into 1 minus e raised to minus 5s by s square plus 9 is equal to 6 into inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s square plus 9 minus 6 into inverse Laplace transform of e raised to minus 5s divided by s square plus 9 is equal to, the first one is the direct result. If we split this 6 as 2 into 3, then this is L in 2 into L inverse of 3 divided by s square plus 3 square minus the second expression can be written as 2 into L inverse of e raised to minus 5s into 3 divided by s square plus 3 square. See, for the first expression, the inverse Laplace transform is the direct result. L inverse of a by s square plus a square, that is sin at or sin 3t. And the second one is L inverse of e raised to minus 5s into a by s square plus a square type. For this function 3 by s square plus 3 square, the inverse Laplace transform is given by sin 3t. But it is multiplied with e raised to minus 5s. So according to second shifting theorem, we can compute the inverse Laplace transform as f t minus pi into u t minus pi. That is equal to 2 sin 3t minus 2 into f t minus pi, this is a translated function, into u t minus pi. Here what is f? Here f is equal to sin 3t, and we have translated this function to pi. So this is equal to 2 sin 3t minus 2 into, changing every t by t minus pi. So 3t becomes 3t minus 3 pi. Sin 3t minus 3 pi into u t minus pi equal to 2 sin 3t minus sin 3t minus 3 pi is minus of sin 3 pi minus 3t. Sin 3 pi minus 3t is equivalent to sin pi minus 3t. What is sin pi minus 3t? Sin pi minus 3t is sin 3t. So the entire answer becomes plus sin plus 2 sin 3t into u t minus pi, because this sin 3t minus 3 pi is equal to minus of sin 3t. Another important problem, find the inverse Laplace transform of 1 plus e raised to minus 2 pi into s plus 1 multiplied with the s plus 1, the whole divided by s plus 1 square plus 1. So this is equal to L inverse of s plus 1 divided by s plus 1 square plus 1 plus L inverse of e raised to minus 2 pi s plus 1 into s plus 1 divided by s plus 1 square plus 1 into s plus 1, and this is of the form L inverse of s by s square plus a square. So by first shifting theorem, L inverse of s plus 1 by s plus 1 square plus 1 is e raised to minus t into cos t plus, and the second inverse Laplace transform is of the form e raised to minus as into fs, where this fs has inverse Laplace transform e raised to minus t into cos t. So the second part is where this function is translated to 2 pi. So f of t minus 2 pi into u t minus 2 pi equal to e raised to minus t cos t, and what is f of t minus 2 pi? That is e raised to minus of t minus 2 pi into cos of t minus 2 pi into u of t minus 2 pi equal to e raised to minus t cos t plus e raised to minus of t minus 2 pi into, and this is cos t minus 2 pi, and this cos t minus 2 pi is equal to cos 2 pi minus t, and what is cos 2 pi minus theta? Cos 2 pi minus theta is cos theta, so this is cos t into u t minus 2 pi, because cos t minus 2 pi is same as cos 2 pi minus t, that is same as cos t. So this is a required inverse Laplace transform. Next, consider an initial value problem with a discontinuous input function y double dash plus 9y is equal to 8 sin t for 0 to pi and 0 greater than pi. With the conditions y of 0 is equal to 0 and y dash 0 is equal to 4. We can solve this problem in two steps. For the first range, for 0 less than t less than pi, the differential equation y double dash plus 9y as the output 8 sin t, but this 8 sin t is restricted for the interval 0 to pi, and that can be, that restricted function can be obtained by difference of two unit step functions, that is ut minus u t minus pi. So this multiplication with the difference restrict the output of the function 8 sin t in the interval 0 to pi only. So that is y double dash plus 9y is equal to, this is 8 sin t into, or this can be written in either way as, because this ut has output 1 for every t greater than 0. So this is 1 minus u t minus pi. Now taking Laplace transform, L of y double dash plus 9 into L of y is equal to Laplace transform of 8 sin t minus transform of 8 sin t into u t minus pi. So applying standard result, L of y double dash, what is L of double dash? Y double dash is s square into L of y. Suppose the L of y term is capital Y. So s square into L of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0 plus 9 into L of y, 9y is equal to transform of 8 sin t. What is transform of 8 sin t? Transform of 8 sin t is 8 divided by s square plus 1 minus transform of 8 sin t into u t minus pi. Here f t is 8 sin t, so this is equivalent to e raised to minus as into, that is e raised to minus as means e raised to minus pi s into transform of the function f t plus a, that is 8 into sin t plus pi. Now applying the values of y of 0 is equal to 0 and y dash 0 is equal to 4, we can rewrite this as s square into capital Y minus y of 0 is 0, so that is 0 minus y dash 0 4 minus 4 plus 9y is equal to 8 by s square plus 1 minus, we can remove this 8 outside, that is minus 8 into e raised to minus pi s into Laplace transform of sin t plus pi. Sin t plus pi means sin 180 plus theta. Sin 180 plus theta is minus sin theta, so this is transform of minus sin t. We can collect y, that is s square plus 9 into y minus 4 is equal to 8 by s square plus 1 plus 8 into e raised to minus pi s into transform of sin t, or s square plus 9 into y is equal to 8 by s square plus 1 plus e raised to minus pi s into transform of sin t multiplied with this 8, that is 8 by s square plus 1 plus 4. Now dividing throughout by s square plus 9, we get capital Y. So this capital Y is equal to 8 by s square plus 1 into s square plus 9 plus e raised to minus pi s into 8 by s square plus 1 into s square plus 9 plus 4 divided by s square plus 9. Now using partial fraction method, we can split this quotient 8 by s square plus 1 plus s square plus 9 as 1 by s square plus 1 minus 1 by s square plus 9. So this is equal to 1 by s square plus 1 minus 1 by s square plus 9. Because after taking LCM we get s square plus 9 minus s square minus 1, that is 8 divided by product of denominator, plus e raised to minus pi s into, again this is 1 by s square plus 1 minus 1 by s square plus 9 plus 4 divided by s square plus 9. So we can add the two terms, 4 by s square plus 9 minus 1 by s square plus 9, that becomes 3 by s square plus 9. So this is equal to 1 by s square plus 1 plus 3 by s square plus 9 plus e raised to minus pi s into 1 by s square plus 1 minus e raised to minus pi s into 1 by s square plus 9. So from this value of capital Y, we can obtain the solution small y by inverting, that is small y is equal to L inverse of capital Y, that is equal to L inverse of 1 by s square plus 1 plus L inverse of 3 by s square plus 9 plus e raised to minus L inverse of e raised to minus pi s into 1 by s square plus 1 minus L inverse of e raised to minus pi s into 1 by s square plus 9. Inverse Laplace transform results. So this is equal to L inverse of 1 by s square plus 1 is sin t. So this is sin 3t. Now using second shifting theorem, this is ft minus a into ut minus a. Here the function is function having inverse Laplace transform 1 by s square plus 1, that means sin t. So that sin t is shifted, that is sin into t minus pi into ut minus pi minus, and here the inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s square plus 9 is sin 3t divided by 3, and that function is shifted pi units to the right. So by second shifting theorem, this is sin of 3t minus 3 pi or 3 into t minus pi u t minus pi. Here we are finding the solution y only in the range 0 less than t less than pi. And what is the value of this unit step function u t minus pi within this range 0 to pi? It is 0. So these two terms goes to 0 because of the unit step function u t minus pi, which is 0 in the interval 0 to pi. So the solution becomes sin t plus sin 3t in the range 0 less than t less than pi. Now consider the second part. The differential equation y double dash plus 9y is equal to 0 for t greater than pi. For t greater than pi. And we can find the solution by taking Laplace transform, that is L of y double dash plus 9 into L of y is equal to Laplace transform of 0, that is 0. That is s square into L of y, capital Y, minus s into y of 0 minus y dash 0 plus 9 into L of y, 9y, that is equal to 0. That is s square y minus y of 0 is 0 minus y dash 0 is 4 plus 9y equal to 0. That is s square plus 9 into capital Y is equal to 4. Therefore, capital Y is equal to 4 by s square plus 9. And this is equal to 4 by 3 into, so we are inserting some 3 in the numerator. 4 by 3 into 3 by s square plus 3 square. Therefore, the required solution for the range t greater than pi becomes y is equal to L inverse of this capital Y, that is L inverse of 4 by 3 into 3 by s square plus 3 square is equal to 4 by 3 into L inverse of 3 by s square plus 3 square, and then is a standard result 4 by 3 into this is sine 3t. So the second part of the solution 4 by 3 into sine 3t, this is valid for the t greater than pi. Hence the whole solution of the given initial value problem can be written as y is equal to sine t plus sine 3t for the range 0 less than t less than pi, and the second part of the solution 4 by 3 sine t, 4 by 3 sine 3t for the range t greater than pi. Hope you enjoyed all the concepts related to unit step function and how we can apply this in solving initial value problems. In the next lecture we will discuss another function called Dirac delta function. Thanks for watching.